Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Chester County Intermediate Unit Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. My name is Catherine, and I will be your facilitator for this session. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to note. First, your camera and microphone are off. You are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. If you have any questions at all, feel free to use the Q&A button to type in your questions to the presenters at any time. They are here, ready and available to answer your questions. After this session, I'll be posting a link in the chat. We invite you to join a breakout room with all of the college representatives that are presenting this hour. The breakout rooms will last for about 15 minutes between the end of this session and the next hour. And lastly, all sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Chester County. We are currently in session C1, where my mouse is circling at the moment. And this is also the same order of presentation. So without further ado, I'll get out of the way and introduce our very first representative from Eastern Kentucky University.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and then we will get started. Okay, like she said, I am from Eastern Kentucky University. We are located in Richmond, Kentucky. So that is about 20 to 30 minutes from Lexington, if anyone has been to Lexington, Kentucky. We are a medium-sized university. We have about 14,000 students on campus. And our students come from all over the United States. We have students from all 50 states and 52 countries. Our student to faculty ratio is 15:1. So although we are a medium-sized school, you do have a small school feeling within your classes, but we offer some large school choices. Some things that we're really proud of is that most EKU students graduate with an average of a 3.4. And 6 months out after graduation, 77% of EKU graduates are employed full-time. Some of our more popular programs are our communication disorders, nursing, criminal justice, psychology, and occupational safety. And we are a test optional school. So ACT and SAT scores are no longer required for admission, and we do not have an application fee. So you can apply for free at any time at Eastern Kentucky University. We have plenty of scholarships and fellowships. We've awarded over 38 million in scholarships. So we try really hard to make our school as accessible as possible. We have more than 100 academic programs, and we have many different colleges, which these programs are contained within. The first is our College of Health Science. Some of the more popular options within that are our nursing program, which was one of the best in the state of Kentucky. Sports management, parks and recreation administration, pre-physical therapy, along with others. Then we have the College of Justice, Safety, and Military Science. This is a nationally ranked program, so it's one of the best in the nation. We're very proud of our criminal justice college. And in that we have criminal justice, fire, arson, and explosion investigation, homeland security, police studies, along with a lot of other different options. The College of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, which houses agriculture, vet sciences, engineering and technology management, forensic science, and physics. The College of Letter Arts and Social Sciences, which houses psychology, sociology, social work. The College of Business, which obviously has business, economics, finance. And the College of Education and Applied Human Sciences, which is housing our communication disorders along with our American Sign Language interpretation major and our education majors. Student life, we have a lot of different study abroad opportunities. Almost every program that we offer has a study abroad component that you could choose from. We have around 200 student clubs and organizations, and we have 16 Division I athletic teams. Like I said, we're very close to Lexington, Kentucky, but we're also surrounded by the Red River Gorge and other beautiful natural environments. We have our Center of Inclusive Excellence and Global Engagement, which helps promote our diversity within our college and exposes students to other cultures, along with our Academic and Career Services, Counseling Center, and Campus Health and Safety. We have 12 residence halls, and within those residence halls, we have 16 living learning communities. And we are trying to be as affordable as possible. Our out-of-state tuition is $10,500, which is only a little over $1,000 more than our in-state tuition. Housing can range from $5,000 to $7,000, and our meal plan ranges from around $4,000 to $4,700, depending on what options you choose. We have plenty of scholarship opportunities. The main one people are interested in is our EKU Merit Scholarship. For out of state, they do not require an ACT for all of them, or ACT or SAT, but some do. And it will depend on your GPA and your ACT or test scores. These are applied automatically once you are accepted into the university. And then we have other scholarships that you can apply for separately. One thing we're really proud of is our EKU Booksmart program. What that means is that we are providing all of our students their books for free. We do not want our students to have to worry about paying for their textbooks. So as long as you return them at the end of the semester and they are not completely destroyed, you do not have to pay for your textbooks. Our application, our standard admission is a requirement is a 2.5 or higher GPA. And like I said, we are test optional, so we do not require test scores. But if you do not have a 2.5 and instead you have a 2.0 to 2.49 GPA, we will still admit you. You would just be admitted under our Success First program, which means that you may be required to have some extra tutoring that first semester and some other program guides just to make sure that you are up to any problems you might have. And I had a timer, so I think that's about all I have. And I'm here to answer any questions anyone might have.
Awesome, thank you. The next representative is from Florida Southern College.
Fantastic, thanks so much. All right. All right, so great. Thanks for letting me tell you a little about the school tonight. My name is Brian Emery. I'm a senior admissions counselor. Yeah, just excited to tell you about the school and share some good info. There we go. So a little general information to start with. So we are located in Lakeland, Florida, which is right in between Tampa and Orlando. So we're actually very central in the state. Our overall student population is a little over 3,000 students. About 2,600 of our student body is our traditional undergraduate students. The other, 500-600 or so are going to be part of our graduate programs and also part of our adult programs we have for working professionals. Overall, about 60% of our students come from the state of Florida, and then 40% come from just about every state in the country, and also from about 40 different countries from around the world from our international student population. Academically, we're very comprehensive. We are a liberal arts college at our core, so we want to make sure that all of our students get a well-rounded foundational education, but we're comprehensive in our offerings, over 70 programs. We really let students dive deeply into their majors as early as the first semester. So we won't just be general education courses for your first 2 years and you have to wait to get into your major. No, that'll happen. You get a mixture of your gen eds and your major courses as early as your first semester. We have a lot of pre-professional tracks, pre-medicine, pre-law, those kind of things as well. Some graduate programs in areas like business, accounting, nursing, physical therapy, education, psychology, to name a few. And for a few of those, we even have some accelerated options you can see where you can get both your bachelor's and master's in 5 years. So kind of a nice sort of accelerated choice where you can get those 2 degrees in a slightly shorter time frame. are the kind of the classroom environment. It's very active, it's very engaged. That's really kind of our style, our educational philosophy. We really want students to be actively doing a lot with their education. Obviously, being a small school, small class sizes really makes that very, very possible and very easy to do. And also really importantly, 100% of our classes are taught by professors. We do not have graduate assistants or teaching assistants teaching any courses. There might be some that will be helping professors inside things here and there, but they will never actually teach the courses. That's always done by our professors. So we think, again, the best way we think for our students to learn is by doing a lot with their education. Now, probably the most important thing to remember about Florida Southern is our 3 guarantees. So we have these 3 guaranteed experiences while you're here with us. I'll go into each in a little bit of detail. The first guarantee is study abroad at little or no additional cost. So we're able to minimize costs for study abroad trips so that every student that comes to Florida Southern, no matter what, has some opportunity for a travel trip. We think that's an important experience for students to have while they're in college, really get to another country or another part of the US. We have both international and domestic trips, really kind of see other parts of the world. We do also guarantee an internship. This is really important for practical professional experience, kind of getting that insight into a particular career that you may find yourself in after you graduate. And we also guarantee graduation in 4 years. The national average is about 5.5. So we're going to give you all the education, all the preparation you need, but in that kind of standard time frame of 4 years instead of 5.5. All right, moving a little into student life. So it's very active. It's a very vibrant student body. We guarantee housing as well. So especially for out-of-state students, it's really important that if you do come to Florida Southern, we will house you in either one of our residence halls or one of our college-owned apartments that are about a mile or so away from campus. Tons of clubs and organizations, academic fraternities, professional organizations, honor societies, social clubs, Greek life, campus ministries. There's really no shortage of things to do. And because we're not a commuter college where everyone kind of goes home at the end of the day, all of our students live in the college housing. So it provides a very vibrant campus where there's always something going on because there's always students around. Athletically, we are Division II, and we're the 3rd most successful Division II program in the country. So a very high level collegiate athletic program, one of the top D2 programs. So across our 20 varsity sports, we have 30 national championships. And those are kind of your traditional college sports, basketball and soccer and softball and baseball and things like that. We've really branched into some kind of non-traditional sports as well. Fun fact, we're the oldest collegiate water ski team in the country, also one of the most successful. And then the other 4, equestrian, esports, ice hockey, and cheerleading, have popped up in the last 10 years. And those have been really cool additions to the campus that students really seem to enjoy, especially esports and ice hockey. Those have been 2 very, very popular additions. All right, application process. First and foremost, it is free. There's no application fee, no charge. We have our application, but we also accept the Common App and the Coalition app. It's totally up to you. And you can see the items up there on the right of the screen. We are test optional. So if you want to submit test scores, you can, but you don't have to if you don't want to. It's also rolling admission. So anytime between June and March 1st of your senior year, you can apply and typically get a decision within a month or so. And then the numbers on the bottom give you a general idea on the averages, not the minimums, but the averages of students for weighted GPAs, super scored tests as well. So it gives you just kind of a general idea of the average typical student coming to Florida Southern usually is somewhere in that kind of general range. And lastly, to kind of wrap up, financial aid, we offer merit scholarships. Those are those are automatically considered for when you're accepted. So you don't have to apply for them separately. We do have talent-based scholarships for fine arts, athletics, departmental scholarships for certain academic programs, things like that. So a lot of financial aid from both Florida Southern and other areas, and definitely visit. I would say that for any college, definitely try to visit if you can. But we offer tours during the week as well as certain open house events as well. So that's it for me.
That was very helpful information. Thank you. Just a friendly reminder that if anyone has any questions at all, to feel free to submit those questions using the Q&A button towards the bottom of your screen. Any questions at all, our representatives are here to assist. The next representative is from West Virginia University.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to come to our presentations tonight. I am going to share my screen right now. My name is Jackie Gress, and I am an Associate Director in the Office of Admissions. I am going to get started with a little video that I have, and I can't really see my screen being shared. Catherine, can you see it?
I can see it.
You
Can I
can.
try one more time? Yeah.
Kind of blurry, so let me do that again. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Now I can see that it's being shared. Okay, so let me start here, and it kind of showcases the personality of our campus and tells you a lot more than I can in a couple of minutes.
Real. This is West Virginia University, home of Mountaineers. We're talking like real Mountaineers, none of that fake stuff.
West Virginia Mountaineers.
Of champions, pioneers, record breakers, scholars. And this is our jam. We're home to the largest crime scene training complex in the country, the first institute in the world devoted to studying human memory. And we're making headlines in all these places too. This is WVU, where we do the highest level research, seeking cures, building hope, hunting pulsars, discovering new technologies, proving Einstein's theory. Wait, this list just keeps going. You don't expect me to read all these, do you? This is WVU, where being unique and proud of it is in the blood, where he can find rhythm and engineer his future, where she can compete on the field and on the stage, and where our president can inspire us to be ourselves, which is a pretty good thing to be, where a little grit and determination can literally take you anywhere. I'm gonna go flying. This is WVU, a family of distinct campuses, just a short drive from here, here, and here. Where a degree opens doors for anyone from anywhere, where you can dig into your passions, create your own niche, and find your purpose. This is WVU. Our students are realizing their own visions, leading their own adventures, and writing their own stories. Shh, whoa, sorry. I forgot we were in a library. And when you become a Mountaineer, you'll never have to go it alone. Because here, our faculty will challenge you and support you. Your fellow students will push you and encourage you. And our alumni will guide you no matter where your journey unfolds. We're a community that works smart and plays smart. We question assumptions and laugh at obstacles. A place where everyone fits, because we're all in this together. This is West Virginia University. This is home.
All right, so that's just a little bit about our campus, what it kind of looks like, and some of the personalities that you would see on our campus. We are statewide, as it was mentioned in the video. I represent Morgantown, West Virginia. We're about an hour and 20 minutes south of Pittsburgh. Feels much like the Midwest / Central Pennsylvania, Western PA in Morgantown. We have 500 student clubs and organizations, and we also have 14 colleges and schools on our campus. We have over 100 majors to choose from. For where we're located, we do have a pretty diverse student population, and we have 12 residence halls to choose from, as well as 30 places to grab a bite to eat. We're an R1 research institution, which means we do a ton of research in all our majors on campus. So to get to the admissions part, we are rolling admissions. Our application requirements include the online application, your transcript or your self-reported courses and grades, your test scores if you're not applying test optional, and a $50 fee waiver or a fee waiver code. Keep in mind that we are sending out decisions right now as students apply. We do have a test optional policy, with the exception of nursing, and some of our STEM majors do require an application or a test score. We can talk more a little bit about that. It's also very transparent on our website. We will review your application for any major you apply to, and then we review your application for undecided. So if you don't have test scores, we check back in with you, and you can send test scores anytime throughout senior year, even if you applied test optional. We do have automatic scholarships available for test score senders and also our test optional students. And this is our example of the test optional Go First Scholarship. If you have a 4.2 or higher, for example, you would get $12,000 per year. And then as you can see, it slides down as your GPA changes. This is our scholarship of distinction, and it's dependent upon GPA and SAT or ACT scores. Again, this is on our website, and these are automatic merit-based scholarships. This one maxes out at $16,000 per year, depending on your SAT, GPA, or ACT. We do have, I should mention, departmental scholarships as well. And so for our departmental scholarships, those are also based on test scores and GPA. We also have the FAFSA that you can submit and get more funding that way. And finally, to visit campus, get in touch with us. Get in touch with me, Chester County. I am your point of contact, and we have self-guided tours, on-campus visits, and our Discover WVU open houses, which are coming up. So that's kind of everything about WVU I'd like to share with you, everything about WVU I'd like to share tonight, and I look forward to meeting you in person soon.
Awesome, thank you, very helpful. The next representative is from the University of Alabama.
Hello, everyone. Give me 1 second. I'll get this PowerPoint loaded. My name is Chris Paul. I am the Eastern Pennsylvania Regional Admissions Recruiter. I am based actually in New Jersey, but I'm here specifically to help students in Eastern Pennsylvania. I work specifically for the University of Alabama campus in Tuscaloosa, which is the flagship campus. Tuscaloosa is about 100,000 total population. It really is a small quintessential college city. There's tons to do in Tuscaloosa, lots of great entertainment. We have the Black Warrior River that runs through Tuscaloosa and on the north end of the campus, which is a great outdoor activities resource. Also, Tuscaloosa houses a lot of our upper class students. They opt to live off campus after first year. We do require and guarantee housing for all first year students, but students will opt to live in Tuscaloosa afterwards because it is very affordable. At the University of Alabama, we do have study abroad. We have over 300 study abroad options, including short-term faculty-led study abroad and also semester-long, either in English or also in language immersive programs. For academics, we have 76 majors, and with concentrations and minors, you're looking at about 200 degree possibilities. We have 9 schools and colleges. Our most popular colleges start with Culverhouse College of Business, then College of Engineering, then College of Communications, then healthcare, which is either going to be Capstone Nursing or our pre-health professional advising programs, and then our College of Education. We also are an R1 research university, so we have the highest activity level of collegiate research on our campus, and we do have multiple undergraduate research opportunities, a chance to work in sometimes a paid position as a research assistant for our faculty. We also do have an honors college, and within the honors program, there are 7 different programs that you can apply for. Some highlights of that are our Randall's Research Project, and we also have a STEM and a creative pathway to an MBA, which is a 5-year program for students in STEM or creative fields to also earn a master's in business. We are #1 in the SEC for internship opportunities, and we are also #2 in the country for internships. Those are Princeton Review rankings. So our graduates are very successful getting jobs and achieving their dreams after graduation. Also, all of our alumni do get lifetime access to career services after graduation. So once you are a legend, if you're ever changing jobs or looking for new career opportunities, you will always be able to rely on the University of Alabama for that research, for that as a resource. Also, our alumni do live all over the country, so we have a very active alumni association with regional chapters, and that is a great networking opportunity for current students and also our alumni. Campus life is very active. I think this is a huge reason why students choose the University of Alabama. If you're interested in Greek life, we do have the largest Greek life system in the country. You will notice here, though, that it's only 34% of our students. So if you don't want to do Greek life, there are tons of other ways for you to get involved on campus. One of my favorite events is called Get On Board Day, which is part of our Freshman Welcome Week. That's a showcase of all of our student organizations. So we literally have over 600 tables set up on our academic quad, and it's a really great chance for you to learn about the new activities and new communities that you can build in Tuscaloosa. We do have club sports, so if you like athletics, separate of Division I, you can still compete and practice. We also do have intramural programs, which are informal student versus student leagues and also pickup games. A lot of our faculty also participate, which is really cool because it gives you an opportunity to form friendships with your faculty outside of the classroom. For admissions, we are test optional. We have our application on our website, and we are also on the Common App for the first time. There's no difference in the application, and both applications have been set to our requirements. We do not require an essay, so Common App will not have the Common App essay. And we also do not utilize the activity log on the Common App because we have short answer questions on our application about student experience. We are holistic in our review, so we are going to ask you to submit your official high school transcript and then also answer those questions. We really want to learn about your experience overall in high school, not just what your grades are. So it is important to be detailed in your responses. Don't just give us a list, really give us your narrative about your experience. The admissions application will also serve as an automatic application for our competitive scholarships. These are going to be a multiple range of scholarships. Smaller scholarships are stackable, and then the larger scholarship amounts are also available. You will be reviewed for all of these scholarships if you are accepted to the university by January 15th. That is a hard deadline. If you are accepted after January 15th, you will not be eligible for competitive scholarship review. However, we do also offer our automatic scholarships. So if you have a test score, you would be required to submit your test score, and you would need to have the GPA and test scores that are listed here to qualify for these scholarships. You can also submit a test score even after you've been admitted. So if you are testing later this fall, I would encourage you to apply test optional, and then you can submit your score. You'll have up until the February ACT and the December SAT to qualify for the automatic scholarship. We also do offer current student scholarships. So after your first semester, you're eligible to apply for additional scholarships. And that's a great way to add funding or get funding for the first time if you come without a scholarship. Our campus is open for visits Monday through Friday. I do help set up personalized in-depth visits. So if you do want to visit campus and spend the whole day living and learning about everything down there, please let me know. My information is available on our admissions website. You would just need to go to the Meet Your Regional Recruiter and you'll be able to search for my information based on your high school. Thank you all. Have a great night and roll tide.
We really appreciate it. Thank you. Just another friendly reminder that if you have any questions at all, to feel free to submit those using the Q&A button towards the bottom of your screen. Any questions you have about the college application process, or even if you have a specific question for any of our reps here, we encourage you to include the school name. The next representative is from Palm Beach Atlantic University.
Hi, sorry, my computer is, I'm going to try to share my screen. 1 second. But I'll introduce myself while I am doing that. So my name is Kat. I am from Palm Beach Atlantic University, and I actually attended Palm Beach Atlantic University as well as a student. So I grew up in Colorado, but I always wanted to be at a Christian school by the beach, which is exactly what PBA is. So I'll tell you some more about that. Alrighty, so I think everybody can see it now. So PBA, we are a private Christian university in downtown West Palm Beach, Florida. This is kind of like a map of our campus. This is West Palm Beach, and then we are in the corner there. One great perk is that we are actually less than a mile away from the beach. So it is in walking distance to campus. So you can actually walk to the beach from campus, which is really great. So probably one of the most unique things about PBA is that we really care about not just, teaching students what to do and, how to do things for a career, but we really care about, you guys as a whole, as, the whole student, about what kind of worldview you want to have when you graduate, what kind of person you want to be. We're all about personal development, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, all those kinds of things are super important in addition to whatever you're doing with your degree and your career. And so we really put that above all else. So that that kind of goes into how we are a Christ First University. So we accept students from all kinds of different faith backgrounds, all kinds of different denominations. We're interdenominational, but this means that on our campus, we have a beautiful chapel, different kinds of chapel services for different kinds of students. And then we also have lots of different Bible study opportunities and small groups and things like that. So it's a really close-knit community. So we have about 2,200 students overall. So we're a smaller school, but it's actually really great because our average class size is about 17 students, and we have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which means that you really get a lot of one-on-one attention from professors, close connections, and that kind of thing. And so even though I graduated 4 years ago as a student, I still have professors all in the hallway saying hi to me and all kinds of things, which is really neat. And some professors would even have classes at their houses and that kind of thing. So it's really close knit, which really helps for finding jobs and internships and opportunities as well. A lot of internship opportunities and things like that I had, I definitely would not have had without my professors. As far as academics go, we offer close to about 100 different majors and programs, including the different concentrations that we have on campus. So there isn't really one thing that people go here to study. We really value a liberal arts education, which means being well-rounded, being involved in a lot of different things. So if you're a person who can't really decide, then that sounds like it'd be a good fit for you. But for instance, some of our most popular majors are going to be business, lots of different things in the business program, nursing, pre-farm, a lot of things in sciences, marine biology, since we're so close to the beach, elementary education, ministry, and a lot of music and fine arts as well. So there's kind of a lot of different things that you can do. For campus life, so we have about 6 different residence halls on campus, lots of different styles. Some of them are actually on the intercoastal, some of them you can actually see the beach from, which is really nice. And there's just a lot to do on and off campus. So for on campus, we have over 40 different clubs and organizations, which can be tied to your major, or they can also be tied to just like fun stuff that you like to do, like surfing, skating, that kind of thing, longboarding, stuff like that. We also are a D2 Division II NCAA school. So we have about 18 different sports in that area and a big athletic complex nearby as well. We also have a group of students that plans all the events throughout the year, like winter formal, spring formal. We have monthly coffee houses throughout the year as well. So there's lots of areas that you can get involved in. And because we're in West Palm Beach, we're actually in walking distance to tons of different schools and hospitals and businesses for jobs and internship opportunities and anything like that. So students have no issues getting jobs. In fact, within 6 months of graduation, about 86% of students have a full-time job or are in graduate school. So we have really great outcomes for that. In walking distance to also the beach, coffee shops, movie theaters. I already mentioned the beach a million times, but I love it. So I'm gonna keep doing that. So we are offering campus tours as well. So you would want to do that on our link on our website. You can just scroll down, see what days are available, and then we have upcoming visit days where you can get a full experience as well. For the application process, our application is free as well. It's online, so you can do it at our website, or you can also just add us to your Common App. We have no essay required either. So really the only thing we really need is your high school transcripts, and we're test optional for fall of 2022 and spring as well. So you can always feel free to submit test scores later. And we review with applications within 72 hours, so really quick turnaround time. If you submit your application tonight, most likely you'll get a call from us by Friday. So really quick. For our financial aid, so we do give academic scholarships automatically to students. For freshmen, it starts at $13,000, but scholarships can go all the way to full tuition, and the scholarship range is still being decided for 2022, but we should have that information coming up for everybody in the next couple of weeks. And then we also recommend submitting the FAFSA as well for other things. And then we also have other scholarships for other programs on campus, like the honors program. We have a leadership program as well, athletic scholarships, music scholarships. There's so many different ways to get aid. And this is my contact information as well. So feel free to chat with me after. And that's PBA. Thank you.
Thank you. Our last representative, but certainly not least, is from Florida Memorial University.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Nick Remarco. I am actually the Assistant Director of Admissions at Florida Memorial University. I appreciate everybody's time and listening to the presentation. So Florida Memorial University, we are an HBCU located in Miami, Florida. So we are the only HBCU in the South Florida area. There's about 75 in the country, but as far as the South Florida region goes, we are the only one located in South Florida. We are a small campus. Our entire enrollment for this year is right around the area of 950 to 960. We do that intentionally. We are a small campus. I can get from my office to the furthest point on campus in about 7 minutes walking. So we do like to keep our campus and our community small. It's a family environment. A lot of our staff plays multiple roles on the campus. For example, I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions. I also teach one of our freshman classes. I'm on the commencement committee, the new student orientation committee. I'm on the committee to hire coaches. So I do a little bit of everything on campus, and so does everybody else, so that we all play a role in you from beginning to end. So I see you from your admissions process all the way to graduation. Our college has existed since 1879. We haven't been in Miami since 1879. We were founded in Live Oak, Florida. Through the years, we moved to St. Augustine, Jacksonville, and then eventually landed in Miami in 1968. We've been at our location there in Miami. We're not walking distance from the beach, but we are driving distance from the beach. So we're about 15 to 20 minutes away from the beach and other areas that students like to go to. As far as alum go, we don't have, a LeBron James type alum that comes from our school, but we do have people that are very notable in their fields. Barrington Irving, he is the youngest and the first Black person to fly around the world by himself. We had the first and second women to receive a PhD in radiochemistry. And then Trayvon Martin's mother is an alum of FMU. Not only is she alum, but the Trayvon Martin Foundation headquarters are located in our library. So we're very active with her and her family and the foundation. Every summer, the summer camp is run out of Florida Memorial University. So I mentioned a little bit about Miami. We are about 15, 20 minutes away from the beach. We're also close to areas like Wynwood. We're close to 8th Street. We have everything you need between food, museums, art, music, sports, just about anything you can think of that interests you, we have near us. We're close to event spaces. We are an event space. So we're constantly renting out areas on our campus for big events like mixed martial arts fighting and cheerleading competitions and different things like that. We are an NAIA sport, so all of our teams do play in the NAIA division. It's below Division III, but we have many sports on campus, 13 varsity sports. That includes football, basketball, baseball, soccer, track and field. We have women's volleyball. We're the only HBCU with a women's beach volleyball program. We have varsity women's flag football, one of the few colleges to offer flag football as a women's sport. And we have women's softball. We also have junior varsity sports and basketball. We have what we refer to as the Divine Nine, which are the 9 sororities and fraternities that make up most HBCUs. We have over 40 student clubs and organizations, including student government. Our War Marching Band, in just our 2nd year of existence, we recently were ranked #2 in all of Division II for our marching band. So as an up and coming band to already be that well established nationally is incredible. We have a dance troupe, we have a chorale, we have cheerleaders. Like I said, just about everybody on our campus. If you just imagine 960 students with all the sports, clubs and orgs, and the marching band, just about everybody on our campus does something. Some of our programs, as I mentioned with Barrington Irving, we do have an aviation program. So we own our own plane. We're adjacent to Opa-locka Airport. So we have an air traffic control tower that oversees the airport so that our students have hands-on experience working with an airport and what happens with the airlines. We have our science majors, biology, chemistry, environmental science, healthcare science. We have a dual degree in nursing with FIU. We have criminal justice, psychology, sociology, computer science, IT, cybersecurity, communications, music, religion, and philosophy. Typical business majors, business administrations, finance, marketing, accounting, and then our School of Education. We're also in the process of starting a sports management degree with a minor in esports if you want to get into professional video gaming. Here's some of the scholarships we have with students with 4.0 GPAs or higher. You qualify for our Presidential Honors Scholarship, which is full ride. You pay nothing out of pocket. For students with a 3.5 or higher, we cover your tuition, which is $12,576 for the year, and all you have to pay are fees and room and board. And then our Academic Achievement Scholarship, which are for students that have 3.25 GPAs and higher, we pay half your tuition. And then application, it's free to apply. It's a 2.0 GPA. That's the only requirement. We're test optional. We don't read essays. We don't require any kind of payment. It's free to apply. We're part of the Common App. So if you want to apply through the Common application, we're on there. If you want to apply through the Common Black College application, which has over 65 HBCUs, we're affiliated with them. And like I said, you can apply for free on our website. And this is the link to apply. So we all also open for visits if you want to come visit us. And last thing, residential halls. We do have residential halls, but they are not co-ed. So female identifying students have their halls and male identifying students have their halls. And I see that it's the wrap it up time. So I'm going to stop sharing to be respectful of everybody else's time.
Great, thank you. What a great way to end. We do have some time left. So at this point, I will ask all our representatives to please go ahead and turn on your cameras to get ready to unmute yourselves. And we'll get started with our question here, which is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll go ahead and get started in the same order in which you all presented it.
I would say visit. If you have the ability to visit a school, it is extremely helpful, because you could love a school on paper and then you could go to that school and just decide, I can't see myself living here. This isn't what I want. So it isn't, if you have the ability to visit, definitely do that. And if you don't, then choose a virtual option. See if you can find a student who lives on campus that can give you a student's perspective. That would be what I would advise.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree with that. I guess another thing that I tend to tell students is focus on the fit. Try to find a college that's going to be the best fit for you. Because you can learn a lot about a school, and you can have dream schools and schools that you're not really interested in. But then as you learn more about them, you can find out some schools are better fits for you than others. There's different types of fits, certainly: academic fit, social fit, financial fit, athletic fit, fine arts fit. There's different aspects of what constitutes, the best fit, but it's about finding out which of those are most important to you and seeing which school you think you're gonna be most successful at.
I agree with both of those suggestions, but with that, I would also add affordability. Just make sure that you are aware of the pricing of each institution that you are going to visit and apply to. And don't discount any based on, your initial look at the finances for that university. You might get scholarships, but just have it in the back of your head, kind of what your budget might be versus the cost. And that's always what I kind of suggest.
My recommendation would be to create an email account that's specifically dedicated to your college search. You are going to be receiving a lot of communications from all the colleges that you are looking at. And it's important to keep this information separate so you don't get confused and miss some potential, important updates about scholarships and your application and important information about the university. So start your own Gmail account dedicated to your college search.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, definitely agree with visit. That's super important. And then I guess my advice would be, just as a high school student, like what I wish I knew as a high school student, I think, is not to get too caught up in like what program you want to study, not too caught up in like what your major is and like not knowing what you want to major in and everything. It's 100% okay not to know, to go into a college as exploratory or undecided, because most of the time the job that you have, 10 years after graduation isn't going to be what you studied anyway. So it's totally fine. Just study what you love and you really can't go wrong with that.
And this is the tough part about going last, because Mr. Paul over here took the advice I always like to give students. But the other one, it's really twofold. It's be open-minded and don't settle. So be open-minded to opportunities that you didn't think would be there, that you maybe weren't looking at, but then also don't settle. A lot of times I get students to visit my school that'll be like, oh, you don't have the major I'm looking for, but I really like your campus, so I'll figure out something that may interest me. Don't do that. Find something you really want to do and do it. Don't settle for less than you can do. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Thank you. And all great advice. Always super helpful to hear from college reps who are working and talking to students day in and day out. And so great. Again, thank you so much for the great advice, the suggestions and tips to keep in mind. So again, we appreciate your time and thank you to each of you for joining us. As we close, will be a very quick 5-question survey that will appear on your browser. If you don't mind taking a moment to fill that out for us, your feedback is extremely helpful. I've just shared a link in the chat. From now until the top of the hour, you can join all the college reps who presented this hour in a breakout room. Click on the link in the chat and everyone looks forward to connecting and continuing the conversation in the breakout room. And lastly, this session is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Chester County. Again, thank you all and have a great night.